Welcome to Lesson 1, Examine the Market. You have to look at the prospective market you have available to you. Well, how do you do that? You do the research. You know what your product, services, or cause consist of and who might relate to them. You do the research and start to target the prospects that fit what you have to offer. Now, there's a significant number of ways of doing this. But we have to truly know who, in fact, will benefit from what we have. If you are representing a product like snow skis, it probably makes sense to examine geographies where it snows. If you have a service that provides wellness care, you may want to contact other organizations that would benefit from reduced costs due to uptime for their employees. And if you represented a cause like providing water wells to underdeveloped nations, you may want to explore those that have a philanthropic bent in their business or personal endeavors. In fact, you can get very technical with your prospecting and use some geographical charting software to match demographics and population densities. One of those great products is called MapPoint. It allows you to plot prospect and customer density within a given area. You can actually target where the people who need what you have to offer live, work, play, you name it. Once you've plotted these densities, you can use the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your geography. Now go get into those areas and into those markets. Use a concentrated approach to boost your results very quickly. As you examine the marketplace, it's imperative that you walk a mile in their shoes. You need to understand who your customers are, and with that, you have to prepare. You have to do everything that you can possibly do to understand their situations in advance. The late, great Paul Bear Bryant made a great statement about preparation. He said it's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. There are many ways that you can prepare as you examine the market. You could put out surveys to gain a working knowledge of what the market is looking for in the first place. Many times these are called focus groups, where you simply ask prospects, what type of products do you, the prospect, really like? This should happen way before you ever try to make a presentation of what you have. Or you could simply ask, what is it you need in a product of this type? Again, these are others orientation at its finest. As you continue to examine the marketplace, you will want to make sure that you look for the right buyer for your system. You want to get high fast, meaning you want to find the decision maker in the process. The reason for this is simple. You want to have them buy with less effort, with greater relationship, and with greater long-term success. The way you will achieve more over a longer period of time is by getting to the right people and building a strong relationship of service to their needs. As this process continues, you'll want to watch what's going on in the marketplace. Who's responding to what type of promotion? Is there any trend or momentum that you should be aware of taking place? You want to see who raises their hands. You want to see who, in fact, has the desire to secure the product you have, enroll in the cause that you're representing, or just do business with you. Typically, most people have developed a database of potential customers. Again, the key here is taking those prospects you already know, continue to expand, and refine what you know about them while adding even more to that database. Remember, when you're discussing a funnel theory and a selling cycle, everyone is initially a suspect. You want to work them through your funnel, and you want to do everything you can to use that funnel to create a marketing and pipeline selling type approach. As you continue to cultivate and add people to your funnel, your success grows because this is truly pipeline selling. Your task is to get people to enter your funnel, and your next responsibility is continuing to nurture those relationships. The ultimate desire is at some time down the road to achieve some sales, some enrollment, some acceptance of what you have to offer, and have some results come pouring out the pipeline. In order to make that happen, you have to front load your effort. When you constantly have people going into the funnel and you constantly work them through the system, you constantly have business. It doesn't matter what's happening in the economy today, what's happening in the economy 5 years from now, or whenever, because you've invested in this marketplace over an extended and expanded period of time. So again, you have to continually identify and refine who you're doing business with. You want to keep expanding your circles. You want to keep on getting and giving information. You want to continue to grow as you go along. Now, there's some other ways to examine the marketplace. One of the ways is through warm prospecting. These are the people that you already know and have a relationship with, potentially outside your sphere of business. This is the number one way that network marketing tends to go to market. They recommend to go to your warm market. These are your family and your friends. Now, am I suggesting you do that with everybody? No. But you know people who know people. It's not necessarily about selling to your friends alone. It's about using those relationships in a positive way to serve the greater good. Every one of your friends knows someone that you need to know. It's the old 6 steps of separation. The fact is, you're only 6 steps away from meeting anybody in the world is absolutely true. In fact, quite frankly, in this day and age with electronic communication, it's probably not even 6 steps. It's typically less. If you truly want to meet anybody, there's somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who can make that happen. That's really what you want to do with your warm prospecting. Never assume that someone can't help you build your business. You have to look at broader horizons. You have to, in fact, look at opportunities as they exist and use the tools that are available to you. The web is an amazing place. Emails are an amazing place. You want to use the technologies that are available to you to spread your reach to explore the possibilities that exist. At this point, that's all you're doing. You're simply exploring. You're opening yourself up to as many people and potential opportunities as you possibly can. Another way to do this is by using your professional relationships. Work within customer peer groups, customers consultants. They make recommendations as to who their clients should retain. That's their business. So if you have a target market that you're interested in pursuing, doesn't it make sense to go to the people who already are working with them? They are the influencers in your potential world that have the ability to help you get where it is you desire to go. They're the ones that can help you serve those exact same people that they are already serving. Again, this is the attitude of service. How else could you do it? Well, quite frankly, you could do it within your own organization. You could share best practices and learn from each other. Even though your company provides leads, you never know what outside opportunities might exist until you explore them further. You kind of have to take the bull by the horns and make it happen. How do you go about making these contacts? Well, simply, there are so many resources available to you today. You have cell phones and hardline phones. You've got snail mail. You've got email. You can do this face-to-face, and you can even use a fax machine. Believe it or not, a fax is a great way to get to people today simply for the reason that someone has to physically handle the fax and make a decision what to do with it. They get seen. Emails don't always get opened. Again, it's about making contact, examining the markets with the people that stand the potential to help you move forward. By the way, as you do this, you have to have something worth hearing when you finally reach that prospect. Provide some value from the very beginning. Rapport builds with every contact, so you have to be in the right place at the right time. Remember, people buy from those they know, like, and trust, and they buy when they're ready. You want to examine the market to start to develop the know, like, and trust, so when they're ready, you're the person they think about. You can accomplish this through professional contacts, through business contacts, through family, and even through a friends list. You can review emails that you receive. Have you ever noticed that people sometimes are fairly careless when they put the to field or the CC fields in an email? They put everybody that they sent this out to, so it's totally visible to everybody. Simply by looking at those emails, you can find friends who know somebody. Can you recognize an email address if it's to xyz@somebighugecompany.com? If you recognize XYZ as the CEO of some huge company, I'm not suggesting that you take the email address and fire an email to that person directly. Rather, you now know somebody who knows that person. With that, you have the ability to go to them that sent the email in the first place and said, hey, I'd really like to get to know XYZ at some huge company. Can you make an introduction for me? Please understand what's being said here. You are examining the possibilities at this point. Collect the information that's available to you and then create a plan to act upon the information properly. This is simply a way to use the things that are out there in the public domain. Use it with integrity, for the right purpose, in the right way. In an effort to thwart unscrupulous users of information like this, let's pass along one little piece of caution. If you're going to send out a mass email to people, protect other folks' emails. Out of courtesy and kindness to them, put all email addresses into the blind carbon copy, the BCC field on your emails. Don't let people take advantage of the people you know, because not everyone is as heart-centered as you. Not everyone will do this the right way. Respect other people's privacy at all times. So again, when you send out a mass email, please do this with caution. How else could you examine the marketplace? Well, simply through group prospecting. There are clubs and organizations like Rotary Club, the Lions, Kiwanis. You have a local chamber of commerce. You have church groups. There are many service organizations that are put together for one cause, to serve the greater good. By definition, as a heart-centered salesperson, you have a desire to serve the greater good. These are the people who potentially need what you have to offer. And at the very least, it's a great group to help you examine the marketplace. Where else? Well, simply newspapers. I encourage you to read the newspapers thoroughly. Read the promotions and job change areas within the newspapers. It's going to give you a gauge. Not necessarily people to talk to, but it will give you a feel for the activity that's going on in the marketplace. If you see a company is promoting a number of people, there's obviously some pretty good things going on over there. And if those good things are going on, they just might need what you have to offer. Be there by applying your knowledge that potentially they need what you have to offer. And one last way to look at examining the marketplace very quickly is the 3-foot rule. If anybody comes within 3 feet, talk to them. It's just that simple. You have to have a 30-second elevator speech ready. If after asking other people who they are, where they're from, what they do, in turn they ask me, my response would go something like this. I help people like you and organizations like yours achieve greater results in less time with less stress, more enjoyment through a new and unique style of presentation. The purpose of that statement is to create curiosity and have people come up and say, wow, how do you do that? I'd like to know that as well. That's another way of examining the market. You want to talk to everyone within an arm's length. Unless you're clairvoyant, you just don't know what might happen. Exploring the market is about looking for opportunities without critical thinking. To a certain extent, it's kind of mindstorming the opportunity. This is the first part of enhancing your sales by examining the market. Your next lesson will be coming to you in just a few days. Now let's get into action. Take the worksheet that was included with this lesson and start to fill out the appropriate information to start moving you forward towards your goals. In fact, to continue learning even more, you can always go to www.scottschilling.com. That's SCOTTSCHILLING.com to read any of my blogs, check the various resources that are available to you, or simply grow within the heart-centered selling community. Until next time, this is Scott Schilling saying so long for now.